Hey, Jarek here, and I have no problem with Baldur's Gate winning Game of the Year. Let's be real, what other project is anywhere near as big as Baldur's Gate this year? Yeah, it deserves to win. I'm so confident that it's gonna win that I'm making this video before the Game Awards and posting it the morning after. If Baldur's Gate doesn't win, you can just clown the Game Awards in the comments. More importantly, if you watch this channel, you probably don't care about 90% of the games in the Game Awards show. In fact, the style of games we enjoy are just not the styles of games that will win any sort of award. I mean, hell, Doom Eternal didn't even win anything. So let's make our own 2023 Game of the Year awards, but for first-person shooters only. I only have two rules. The first one is that I have to have played the game. If I haven't played the game, I can't judge it. The second one is that one game can only win one award. I think this makes the video a lot more interesting than one game winning everything. We see enough of that with Sony games at the Game Awards show. Here are the categories I'm giving absolutely pointless awards to. You can go ahead and pause the video, look at those categories, and leave your predictions down below in the comments if you really feel like it. Best Art Direction and Graphics. There are actually 3 games I want to talk about here, with only one winner. 2 honorable mentions. The first one is Diluvian Ultra. This game captivated me immediately with how everything is alive, including your weapons. You are basically a god of bugs. It's just a fascinating world. The second game is Rip Out. Your gun is a xenomorph. You can pet your gun. The enemies look like they come straight out of the thing. You and your squad are completely alone, having to travel through this dark ship. I don't need to say much more here. I absolutely love everything about the aesthetics of this game. It's just so freaking weird. But best art direction and graphics almost feels like cheating. It's Bolt Gun. Yeah, you let a competent publisher and developer pull from the entirety of Warhammer 40k, and you're gonna get an interesting game. One that is also thankfully extremely good. I'm really happy to start seeing 40k games get interesting action style games instead of just card games and RPGs. It's perfect for it. But we didn't get much of it until now, and the few things we got before weren't very good, except for Space Marine. Cannot wait for Space Marine 2. I'm saying this as someone that's not a huge 40k fan, but there's so much to offer action games from that universe. Ignore NVIDIA Broadcast, it really likes this poster back here. You can wonder what that actually is. Best soundtrack. I'm not gonna beat around the bush, there's no honorable mentions here. Best soundtrack easily goes to RoboQuest. RoboQuest left early access about a month ago. If you have not played this game, go play this game. God damn, this music is filthy. And if you want more of this music, the artist is Noise Cream. Just search them up on Spotify. They're really good. Best co-op. This also could have gone to RoboQuest. I was actually kind of 50-50 on what I wanted to give this to, but soundtrack had to go to RoboQuest, so it made the choice easier. Best co-op, surprisingly, goes to Crossfire Sierra Squad. Yeah, you know how Crossfire X was a complete failure and the server shut down in under a year? Well, they released a co-op VR shooter that's actually insanely good, and it's continuing to get updates, and I would highly recommend. It doesn't take itself too seriously, it gives you a bunch of guns, lets you spawn in easily with your teammates, choose whatever loadout you want, go shoot enemies of different variety types. It's just mindless fun. Like, this is one of the best co-op shooters you have right now, and it has crossplay. So if you have a friend on PSVR and you're on PC VR, you can play together. I was going into that game not knowing what to expect. I thought maybe it would be awful. Reviews said mixed. I don't know if it'd be good or not, but with a few updates, it got real good real fast. And for best co-op, we have best PvP multiplayer, which goes to nothing. Yes, nothing. There was no good PvP game I cared about at all this year. I don't even feel motivated to give it to Modern Warfare 3. It's Modern Warfare 3, why would I do that? If someone else thinks something PvP related should have won Game of the Year, leave that in the comments below. I see absolutely nothing. I'm also not a big fan of extraction shooters or battle royales, so I'm not with the current trends anyway. Best action. This actually could have been won by quite a few different games, but I'll give one honorable mention. District Steel. This is basically like playing Fear in VR. You can slow down time, clear out the entire room, speed time back up, and everyone falls over. It's incredibly satisfying. but it's also still in early access. I'm not really downplaying anything in early access, but I don't know if it should really count. Either way, it's not going to win over what is actually going to win that award this year, Trepang 2. Trepang 2 took Fear's combat and made it as ridiculous as possible.
Got you now, mother.
Do I need to say anything more? Boomer Shooter of the Year. This one is really hard. There's so many good boomer shooters that come out every year now, but I've narrowed it down to 2. Honorable mention goes to Dread Templar. Yeah, if you forgot, this game came out this year. It came out in January of 2023. Holy shit, does time fly. This is easily one of the best boomer shooters I've ever played. It is a full package, and if you have not played it while liking the style of game, go buy it right now. But the actual game I want to give an award to is Sprawl. I even said this in my review. So would I recommend Sprawl? Yeah, absolutely. As of right now, this is my boomer shooter of the year. I really like it. I didn't know if that would hold up, but it definitely did. So what makes this one stand out over all of the others? Primarily, its movement. You can slide, wall run, jump, shotgun jump off of people. It is so satisfying. Combine that with light resource mechanics you would find in a game similar to Doom Eternal, and it just flows very well. It's a game somewhat difficult to explain why I liked it so much until you've gotten into the flow of the game. Once this game clicks, you're hooked to it. Mod of the year. For a second year in a row, this goes to a source mod, Swelter.
Well met. Could you but see the eyes inside your own, the minds in your mind, you would see how much we share.
This mod was a really big surprise to me. This team had previously made a mod called Snowdrop Escape, and I really didn't like it. But Swelter is one of the most polished, best looking source mods I've ever played. You get to see the Half-Life universe from Asia, which is something you don't usually see. There's so much polish and charm put into this Half-Life style experience. Best remake of the year. This almost feels like cheating. It's Metroid Prime Remastered. This game could have easily won Best Art Direction, and maybe should have, but I didn't want to put a remaster of an old Nintendo game and give it that award. That also felt like cheating. But at very minimum, I had to give it the Best Remaster, Remake, whatever you want to call it, award. This feels very similar to what they did with Halo 2 Anniversary. Just built on top of the base game, made it look better, didn't change the feeling of it. It's just really good if you like Metroid. It's what you remember it looking like and feeling like, except for it actually looks this good. Metroid is timeless, who would have known? Disappointment of the year. The award you don't want to win. This one goes to Atomic Heart's DLC. Unlike a lot of other people, I actually really liked Atomic Heart's main campaign. I miss linear first-person shooters, and we just don't get many of those in the AAA space anymore. So when we finally got that, I was reminded what we're missing. I eagerly awaited for this DLC, and then it sucked. This DLC doesn't feel anywhere near as polished as the main game. I don't really know why they took the story this direction. The combat is way too damn hard out of freaking nowhere, and in a way that doesn't feel satisfying, it just feels cheap. It doesn't feel playtested well, it's so easy to get lost, and then the game just flat out broke for me. I literally couldn't complete the game. It was bugged. Mission couldn't complete, so I couldn't do anything. I just gave up and looked up a long play. And I confirmed in that long play that it was actually broken. I wasn't doing anything wrong. The glitch is not the only reason I'm giving it disappointment of the year. There's very few positive things I can say about it. On the flip side, we have surprise of the year, and that goes to RoboCop Rogue City. I've actually not posted my video of this yet, but it is done. It will come next week. Have you ever wanted to stomp around Detroit as RoboCop creating unreasonable amounts of gore? Well, now you want to, and now you know it's really fun. Every combat encounter in this game just causes an absurd amount of particle effects. Its upgrade system flows together well, the combat is smooth, its story is followable, it's actually decent. This is by no means game of the year, but it's something I didn't expect to be this good. And now we get to worst game of the year. This one's not even close, it's Strike Force 3. I almost feel bad giving them this award because they contacted me and it sounds like they're genuinely trying, but come on. Okay. We have slow-mo in the game too. Wow. Let's see how dumb they are.
أسمع لاعبا.
I'm literally walking into it. Do I have a knife? I do. Wow. Amazing. I'm so cool. Oh, I died. They just keep shooting even when I'm dead. Uh oh. Good thing they're really bad. I mean, look at that. Can they, hold up, can they even hit me? Wow. This AI it's something. That guy's just in a rock, okay. And he can shoot me. But I can't shoot him. It's like Far Cry 2 all over again. Oh, I see him. I got him. He flew out of the rock. All right. They love to do that. And now I'm going to break all of my rules and give Half-Life of the Year, VR Game of the Year, and Game of the Year to a single game. Vertigo 2. There was genuinely no other way for me to do this. This game is my Baldur's Gate this year. Not only is this game one of the best VR games I've ever played, it's just straight up one of the best games I've ever played. It feels like a lost Half-Life game, which makes sense, it was developed by a contractor at Valve. You could take this game, remove the VR parts out of it, and make it a standalone desktop game, and it'd still be one of the best shooters I've ever played. It does everything you need it to for this kind of experience. It completely immerses you in this world, never taking you out of first person, constantly has you go from point A to point B, never really stopping, gives you tons of weapons, tons of enemies, so much to look at and just get confused by. This is not only one of the best games I've ever played, but this game is so good that it is a reason to get VR. There are very few VR sellers, and this is one of them alongside of Half-Life Alyx and Boneworks. And can you believe it, it wasn't even nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards show. Always a joke. Like seriously, nothing else comes close. Nothing. Like there's no other game that could come remotely close to Vertigo 2 this year. There's no other situation that could have forced me to give one game 3 awards. But hey, that's the first person shooters I thought deserved the awards this year. Thanks to all of you for watching and to all my YouTube members. If you become a YouTube member, you get to see my videos at least 1 week ahead of time. And of course, thank all of you for watching this video.